Pharaoh. It was about Egypt, the whole Egypt.
Going to suffer.
Why?
Okay, that's question number 2. So Michael asked, hold on, it's not only about Pharaoh. The entire people suffers. 10 plagues. Not only Pharaoh got them, the entire people. So that leads us to the next part of the shiur, the class. This is the main class. The main shiur is about that Hashem eventually brought upon the Egyptian 10 plagues for a reason. What was the reason? We know Hashem run this world in a very simple way.
No question. Why Moses? This could have happened during Abraham, Isaac, Yaakov. Why Moshe was the chosen?
You're asking a question that I have to go back to the classes before. The Jewish people, the Zohar says, were not ready to leave Egypt or to become as a nation till they go through Egypt being there in the furnace of Egypt to be formed to become a nation. It was supposed to be the 400 years, but Hashem cut it to half because they worked days and nights. And then you could ask the question why Hashem didn't start the Jewish people from Abraham. Now why not from Yitzchak? Why Hashem started the Hebrews, the Jewish people, from Yaakov? Because Yaakov, the Torah says, he was Tamim, Shalem, complete. What do you mean? More than Abraham? More than Yitzchak? Yes. The Zohar points out that Avraham Avinu, you know how he born? He's called Ben Hanida. He's the son of a Nida. His mother, her name was Amtelai Bat Karnevu. Her husband Terach was with her when she was Nida. So there was a lot of impurity there. Abraham marrying Sarah, and there is still impurity in Abraham. Tumah. It's the bad power, bad force, right? So most of it go to Ishmael, and then it brings also Yitzhak. But Yitzhak is not completely clean. So Yitzhak brings 2 children. The rest of the impurity goes to Esav, and Yaakov comes out complete. Now we can start the Jewish people. The Torah says Yaakov Shalem, and Yaakov complete. And now 12 tribes, and the people start, the plan can start, move on. Okay? So Hashem ran the world in a very interesting way. It's called Midah Keneged Midah. What's Midah Keneged Midah? Mean measure for measure. Each and every one of the 10 plagues that Hashem brought upon Pharaoh and the Egyptian was for a very good reason. Measure for measure. First plague. What was the first plague?
Dam. Blood.
What was the dam? Blood. Why Hashem brought upon the Egyptians the plagues of blood? First of all, Hashem, before he punishes any nation, he starts with its God. Hashem embarrassed the idols of that God. They worship that Nile. They thought all the power they have. So now there's barely rain in Egypt. They get the source of water, main source of water is the Nile. People get to the point they worship the Nile. So Hashem started with the Nile, striking their God first. Why blood? So the Midrash says, because they didn't let the Jewish women dip themselves to purify themselves in as a mikveh in the Nile. They put guards all over. They can't do that. Also to prevent them from being multiplied. Because they know the Jewish people, a man cannot be with his woman unless she dip. You know, they keep many halachot before receiving Torah. They got it in prophecies. Abraham Avinu keep the entire Torah, written Torah and the oral Torah, and it says clearly in the text that Abraham, Hashem himself testify, Abraham that keep my Torot, plural, my mitzvot, plural, not singular, Torot, mitzvot, Torah, written Torah and the oral Torah. So they also kept some of the mitzvot, very few. That was one of them. A woman, before she was with her husband, she used to dip herself after 7 days, being pure, no more blood. Nowadays we have almost 14 because of the oracle. Anyway, another thing is why blood, in the Nile. One day, Pharaoh become, if he noticed that his skin is itchy, and within a few days he become metzora. Metzora, can you put it on mute?
If I play on mute, there's no volume. I have the volume.
Oh, so he put it in. They told him what to do. He has leprosy, very strong leprosy. He suffers very much. His Egyptian magicians came to him and says, "There's a remedy for you." They tried many herbs, didn't work.
Cut with the babies.
They said, if we take, it's a well-known medicine. We take baby, and you dip yourself in its blood, it will heal you. But you need to sit in this jacuzzi for an hour plus, at the morning and at the evening. And the calculation is, it has to be a blood of 150 children. And now they have to take children from either the Jewish people or the Egyptian. What do you think they took? So they sent to the land of Goshen hundreds and thousands of soldiers that broke into the Jewish houses, and they kidnapped children from their cribs, from their mother's hands. It was horrible, like the Holocaust. And they brought them for over 6 months. You do the math, 150 in the morning, 150 in the evening. So it was 300 per day. So can you imagine, every 10 days is 3,000. He was dipping his body in baby's blood. Frogs, this is the second one. You forced the Jewish people to gather a lot of insects, just to keep them busy. He called one of the children, Zechariah, please come. Today I need you to bring me 50 cockroaches, 30 mosquitoes, and 50 flies. What is this for? Are you asking question? Psh, psh, lashes. I'm feeding my animals. I have big lizards. I have big this and big that. Go ahead. So then now you got to bring it. Every mistake, they would go to that person's house. You know, the Egyptians worked then, it was like the Germans today. Very accurate. Everything is listed. Names, addresses, phone number, fax number, everything, email, Facebook, all this. They know all the details. You don't mess up. You don't keep up the good job, the good work we gave you, they kill. They look for all the reasons to kill. They try not to kill all the time too much, so they want to have labor, they don't have the force, power, people that work for them, but they know how to pressure these people by threatening to kill the little children. So, another thing is, Pharaoh, he plays the God. How he plays God? He said that in Ezekiel chapter 29, verse 3, that Pharaoh says, he plays the God, and he says, I am God, li ye'ori va'ani asitini. I am God, and I created myself. He played God that he can eat, and he doesn't take anything out. Doesn't have to go to number 1 and number 2. People saw him at the palace. He eats all the time, and he never go to the restroom.
So how you treat that?
And he was the greatest magician ever. Everybody was afraid of him. He was that size. What did he do? And we'll see later on one of the verses, the Pesukim, who says, Hashem says to Moshe, yeah, it was a Coca-Cola bottle size plus cigarette, something like that. If we sit on the chair, the legs will be like that, don't touch the floor. A very scary figure. Hashem says to Moshe Rabbeinu, go to Pharaoh very early in the morning. Why very early in the morning? It's still dark outside. To catch him by surprise. Why? Because Pharaoh says to his soldiers, the bodyguards, there's curfew. I have to have every morning my swimming exercise. Every morning he used to go to the Nile and release himself in the Nile. He's like swimming. Imagine to yourself all day long he has to hold himself, not to go. He can't. He plays God. You can imagine what happened in the Nile in every morning, right?
Sneakers.
Oh, disgusting, right? So, Paro is in the Nile, he's doing what he's doing, and who is there watching him?
Moses.
Can I have a word with you? He's the only guy that could get closer to him. How he passes the bodyguard and all that, Hashem's help. Hashem makes people blind if he wants, no problem. How many times he makes us blind? We were looking for a pen. The pen is right here. Happens to me a few times, okay? Right here. Where's the pen? And I start blaming my kids. You always take my pen. Where's the pen? Then my kids say, here, it's right here. Oh my goodness, it was right here all the time. What happened? Why Hashem blind us? You're looking for your cell phone, whatever. It's right there. And you can see it. If it happens to you,
It's a test.
it's a sign. It's a sign from Shamayim. You have to think why Hashem is doing this to you. If len reshut la'ayin lirot, ha'ayin lo tir'eh. It says if there is no permission to the eye to see, it won't see. And there is evidence for that in the Torah. Who can tell me? I'm giving a price. If you here tell me who Hashem didn't let see till he give the permission. 5, 4, 3, 2.
No.
Mm-mm.
Some clue. Give some clue.
The book of Bereshit. It's a woman. Her name is Hagar, Avram's wife. When she left the house, she couldn't see the well of water. Till Hashem opened her eye. I mean, the well was there all the time, but she couldn't see it. Hashem blocked her eye vision. That's it. Why? For a reason.
Bilam too, we couldn't see the angel.
Couldn't see the angel too, right? Only, but there only the donkey can see. He wants to curse. Whoa! When we get to this parasha, wow! So many hidushim, good things. You cannot believe it. How Bilam that you mentioned connected to our parasha? Do you know?
He was one of Pharaoh's
Advisors. He had 3 advisors: Bilam, Job, and Yitro. Pharaoh consult with him. What should I do with these people? Bilam says, kill them all. Job was there, silent. He didn't say anything.
Yitro,
Yes, no, yes. Yitro, flee. See, I'm not involved in this. So Hashem paid each and every one of them accordingly. Anyways, we'll get discussed this with Hashem next time. Another time. The next one is called kinim, lice, bugs. They used to force the Jewish people to sweep the dust. Now, dust, how you use the ground, just to keep them busy. Now, the ground is full of lice. There's no point to sweep the floor. And also, is to, what is this now? No, is people asking questions?
Emails coming. But
To put it under, don't disturb or something.
it doesn't work.
Okay. The next one is called Arov. Wild animals. Wild animals. Unbelievable. Me'am Lo'ez, Midrash brings names and describes animals that you won't believe it even exist. Animals came as mixture animals together. We'll see it B'ezras Hashem when we get to the plagues and we have time today. Animals made peace among themselves, like going to the Noah's Ark. You know, tigers, they don't go along with lions, and lions is not with rhino and zebra, whatever. Here, all the animals have one mission. The mission is to kill and harm Egyptians. So you can see how wild animals going on the street, lions, 4 people, 2 are Jews, 2 are Egyptians, they jump over the Egyptians only. Doesn't touch the Jews. God programmed them for certain days. This is their mission. It was, people used to hide in their houses. They were very strong houses. And they closed all windows. No, there's no way an animal can get in. They could breathe only through the chimney. A very strange animal came out of the sea with a very long hands going all the way to the chimney, getting the hands in, grabbing them, taking them out, and throwing them before the other animals. The Midrash says it's a very strange. I don't know if this is